In a world where everyone is busy talking, explaining, and proving themselves, the real power lies in silence. Imagine how much stronger you would be if you stopped wasting energy on arguments and poured it into building your life. Your silence can protect your peace. Your focus can shape your future, and your results can silence every doubt. Today, I'm going to show you why focusing on your life and staying silent is the key to unstoppable growth. Silence is one of the most powerful tools that a person can possess, yet it is often overlooked in the pursuit of success and happiness. In a world that is constantly noisy, filled with endless opinions, arguments, and distractions, learning to remain quiet becomes a shield for your inner peace. The more you argue, explain, or justify yourself to people who are determined not to understand, the more energy you waste on battles that have no value. Silence protects your dignity because it teaches you that not every question deserves an answer, and not every attack requires a response. It builds strength inside you, reminding you that your worth is not determined by how loudly you speak, but by how wisely you choose when to speak and when to stay quiet. By embracing silence, you protect your heart and mind from being scattered in every direction, keeping yourself centered and focused. When you choose silence, you are not showing weakness, you are displaying control. Anyone can shout back, argue, or try to prove their point, but it takes courage and maturity to walk away with composure. This self-control saves your energy for what truly matters instead of wasting it on trivial arguments. When you preserve your energy, you invest it in building your character, nurturing your goals, and shaping your life in meaningful ways. Silence becomes the guard of your mental and emotional energy, shielding you from unnecessary stress and anxiety. People may try to provoke you, but by staying quiet, you deny them the satisfaction of stealing your peace. In that calmness, you maintain authority over yourself and refuse to be dragged down into negativity. Silence, therefore, is not emptiness but strength in its purest form. Often, silence speaks more powerfully than words ever could. When someone attacks you with negativity, your silence can make them reflect more deeply than any response would. Instead of defending yourself endlessly, allow your silence to speak of yourself, respect, and inner wisdom. People eventually realize that silence carries a weight of meaning that words fail to express. In silence, there is mystery, strength, and depth that leave others questioning their own behavior. By staying quiet, you remind others that your worth is not up for debate, and your values cannot be shaken by meaningless criticism. Silence communicates that you rise above pettiness, choosing peace over conflict. Over time, this quiet strength becomes your reputation, a shield that commands respect without demanding it. Another hidden power of silence lies in how it allows you to observe more than you speak. When you are silent, you hear things others miss. You notice details overlooked, and you gain wisdom that endless talking cannot give. Silence opens the door to reflection, where you analyze your own life, your decisions, and your path forward with clarity. Words can cloud judgment, but silence clears the vision and strengthens understanding. It allows you to listen, not just to others, but to yourself, your intuition, and the guidance of your conscience. Through silence, you discover truths that noise tries to hide. You begin to realize that most battles are not worth fighting, and most distractions are not worth your time. Silence, therefore, becomes the teacher that prepares you for wiser choices and calmer reactions. Choosing silence also allows you to prioritize your energy toward your ambitions and dreams. Imagine how much time is wasted when you constantly try to justify your actions, explain your choices, or argue against every criticism. That same energy, if protected through silence, can be redirected into working quietly on your goals. While others are busy talking, debating, or doubting, you are silently building, learning, and progressing. Then, when the results of your hard work appear, your silence is broken by the undeniable evidence of your success. Silence is the fuel of productivity because it keeps you away from distractions and keeps your focus locked on growth. When you stop defending yourself in words and start proving yourself through actions, your life becomes an example instead of an explanation. Silence is also essential in relationships and communication. Many conflicts escalate because both sides want to prove they are right, forgetting that sometimes peace is more important than winning. Silence during arguments gives you the power to pause, reflect, and respond wisely rather than reacting impulsively. It prevents words from being spoken in anger that could cause lasting damage. Sometimes silence is the greatest form of respect, allowing space for emotions to settle and understanding to grow. In friendships, families, or workplaces, silence can prevent unnecessary confrontations and build stronger trust. It demonstrates patience, discipline, and the ability to value peace over pride. Choosing silence is choosing maturity because it shows that you value harmony more than temporary satisfaction. Beyond human interactions, silence also nurtures your spiritual and emotional well-being. In silence, you connect with your inner self, listening to the thoughts and feelings that get drowned in the noise of everyday life. It becomes a space for healing, reflection, and self-discovery. Silence allows your heart to breathe, your mind to clear, and your soul to strengthen. When you are constantly surrounded by voices, opinions, and judgments, you risk losing touch with your own identity. Silence gives you the chance to remember who you are, what you stand for, and what path you want to walk. It is in silence that your deepest strength is found, the kind that no one else can give or take away. This inner silence is the root of confidence, resilience, and peace of mind. Silence also teaches you patience, a quality necessary for success in any area of life. Many people rush to prove themselves, rushing to respond to every challenge or criticism, but silence reminds you that timing is more powerful than speed. By staying quiet, you give yourself time to observe, prepare, and strike when the moment is right. This patience protects you from mistakes caused by haste and ensures that when you do speak or act, it carries the maximum impact. Just as a seed grows silently under the soil before breaking through with strength, your progress in silence develops unseen until it blossoms into undeniable success. Silence teaches you that true growth takes time and that strength is built in quiet moments of perseverance. When you practice silence, you also become more resilient to negativity. People may talk, criticize, or gossip, but silence protects you from being consumed by their words. Instead of constantly reacting to the noise of the world, you choose to rise above it and focus on your own path. This resilience makes you unshakable because you no longer need validation from others. You understand that opinions change like the wind, but your growth and values remain steady. Silence creates a barrier against negativity, making you immune to distractions and unaffected by attempts to pull you down. This unbothered strength is admired by many but possessed only by those who master silence. Ultimately, silence protects your energy, your dignity, and your peace. It keeps you from wasting yourself on meaningless debates and allows you to invest your strength where it truly matters. In silence, you discover clarity, resilience, and wisdom that cannot be found in endless arguments. It empowers you to focus on your goals, prioritize your growth, and maintain peace in relationships. Silence is not an absence of sound, but a presence of strength, discipline, and inner authority. By embracing silence, you gain control over yourself, your energy, and your life. It is through silence that your power is preserved, your focus sharpened, and your success magnified. Comparison is one of the greatest thieves of peace and focus in life. The moment you begin to measure your worth against someone else's achievements, you set yourself up for unnecessary pain and distraction. Every person's journey is unique, molded by different challenges, opportunities, and timings. When you constantly glance at the paths of others, you lose sight of the beauty in your own growth. This habit not only steals your contentment, but also blinds you from recognizing the blessings already present in your life. True focus begins when you stop competing with others and start competing with who you were yesterday. Instead of asking why someone has more, the wiser question is how you can improve yourself. By shifting your energy from comparison to self-improvement, you create space for growth and inner peace. Many people spend their lives feeling inadequate because they constantly look at what others have, forgetting that no two lives are ever the same. You may see someone enjoying wealth, success, or recognition, but you do not see the sacrifices, struggles, or pain behind their story. Social media, Society and peer pressure often magnify this illusion by showcasing only the highlights of others while hiding their silent battles. If you allow yourself to be consumed by these comparisons, you will always feel as if you are falling behind. But the truth is, you are not behind anyone. You are exactly where you need to be in your journey. What is meant for you will come at the right time, and no amount of comparison can make it arrive faster. Life is not a race, and real fulfillment comes from focusing on your lane. When you constantly compare yourself to others, you invite unnecessary pressure that clouds your vision. Instead of working at your own pace, you begin to chase what others are doing, even if it has no connection to your real goals. This false sense of urgency makes you restless and unhappy because you are not living your truth, but imitating someone else's. The danger in comparison is that it convinces you that your life is less valuable even when you are making genuine progress. You start to believe that small steps are insignificant simply because someone else appears to be running faster. Yet, small steps consistently taken in your own direction are far more powerful than fast steps in the wrong one. Your peace lies in understanding that growth cannot be compared because every seed blooms in its own season. Focusing on your life means developing gratitude for what you have while striving for what you want. Gratitude protects your heart from envy, and ambition fuels your journey toward progress. When you appreciate your blessings, no matter how small, you create a mindset of abundance rather than lack. This gratitude strengthens your resilience and keeps you calm even when others seem ahead of you. Instead of feeling jealous, you learn to feel inspired by their journey while staying true to yours. Ambition, on the other hand, keeps you moving forward, but without the burden of comparison. You pursue growth not because you want to outshine others, but because you want to maximize your own potential. This balance between gratitude and ambition frees you from the toxic grip of comparison and keeps your focus sharp. It is important to remember that what people show outwardly is never the full reality. Someone might appear successful, but behind their smile may be a story of emptiness or hidden struggles. Others may look like they are progressing faster, but their journey may not bring them peace or fulfillment. If you measure your worth against such appearances, you will always feel restless and incomplete. Life is deeper than what is seen, and comparison often blinds you to this truth. Your purpose, your challenges, and your timing are perfectly designed for you, and comparing them to others is like comparing the sun to the moon. Both shine, but each in their own time and place. Focusing on your life means trusting that your light will shine when it is meant to. Comparison also creates unnecessary competition that damages relationships. When you look at friends, relatives, or colleagues with envy, you poison the bond you share with them. Instead of celebrating their success, you begin to resent them, even though their journey has no effect on yours. This mindset weakens unity and breeds negativity, making you feel isolated and bitter. But when you stop comparing, you free yourself to genuinely support and celebrate others while still working on your own path. Healthy focus on yourself creates healthier relationships because you are no longer threatened by someone else's achievements. Their victory does not mean your loss, and their progress does not mean your failure. By removing comparison, you create room for genuine happiness and stronger connections with the people around you. Living free from comparison also allows you to discover your own identity and strengths. When you constantly measure yourself against others, you risk losing who you truly are. You may abandon your natural gifts just to imitate what seems popular or celebrated in others. But when you focus on yourself, you unlock your potential and explore what makes you unique. Every person has a skill, talent, or quality that no one else can replicate in the same way. By nurturing your uniqueness instead of comparing it, you create a life that is authentic and fulfilling. This authenticity is what brings true confidence, because you no longer need external validation to feel worthy. When you are rooted in your own identity, comparison loses its power over you. Another reason comparison is harmful is that it distracts you from progress. Every minute you spend thinking about someone else's success is a minute stolen from your own development. Time wasted in envy is time that could have been invested in learning, working, or growing. The people you compare yourself to did not achieve what they have by focusing on others. They focused on themselves. If you want to move forward, you must direct your energy inward instead of outward. Ask yourself what habits you can improve, what skills you can sharpen, and what goals you can set. This redirection of focus turns jealousy into motivation and distraction into discipline. Your future depends not on how others live, but on how you choose to live your own life. The antidote to comparison is patience, because patience teaches you that everything in life has its own timing. Just as trees do not bloom at the same time, human beings are not meant to succeed all at once. Some people may find their path early, while others discover it later. But both journeys are equally valid. When you are patient with your progress, you stop rushing to meet invisible deadlines set by society. You understand that your pace does not define your worth, and slow progress is still progress. Patience gives you the strength to keep going even when others seem far ahead, because you know that your story is still unfolding. By embracing patience, you protect yourself from the anxiety of comparison and gain the peace that comes from trusting your timing. In the end, comparison steals joy, blinds you to your blessings, and weakens your focus. The more you look at others, the less you see yourself, and the less energy you have to improve your own life. But when you let go of comparison, you regain your power, your peace, and your direction. Focusing on your own journey allows you to grow at your natural pace and appreciate your unique path. Life becomes more fulfilling when you stop measuring it against others and start living it for yourself. By protecting yourself from comparison, you preserve your energy for what truly matters, your growth, your peace, and your purpose. The most powerful answer you can ever give to negativity, criticism, or doubt is not through endless explanations, but through results. Words may defend you for a moment, but actions speak with a permanence that cannot be denied. When you commit yourself to hard work and perseverance, you prove wrong every doubt and silence every voice that questioned you. Actions carry a weight that words can never carry, because they are the evidence of your determination and discipline. While words fade away with time, results remain visible and undeniable. People can argue with what you say, but they cannot argue with what you achieve. By choosing action over reaction, you preserve your dignity and allow your life itself to become the proof of your strength. In this way, success becomes your greatest response to any form of negativity around you. There will always be people who underestimate you, criticize you, or spread doubts about your abilities. If you spend your time responding to each of them, you will lose focus on the work that truly matters. Silence in the face of negativity is not a sign of weakness, but a mark of wisdom. It allows you to use your energy not on defending yourself, but on building yourself. Instead of arguing with those who doubt you, let your progress be your reply. Every step forward you take is a statement louder than any words could express. Your achievements, no matter how small, are reminders that effort speaks more clearly than explanation. People may continue to talk, but their voices grow faint in the presence of visible results. In the end, your work becomes the language that everyone understands. When you focus on actions, you protect yourself from the endless cycle of seeking approval. Many people waste years trying to convince others of their worth through explanations, but approval from others is never permanent. What one person admires, another may criticize, leaving you trapped in the constant need to defend yourself. But when you stop speaking and start showing through your efforts, you shift the attention away from words to evidence. Approval becomes unnecessary because your work speaks for itself. It liberates you from the exhausting desire to be understood by everyone, which is an impossible task. The truth is, not everyone will like you and not everyone will support you. But no one can deny results that are visible and undeniable. Your actions stand as your true advocate when words fall short. Choosing to let your actions speak louder also builds resilience and patience. Results take time, and the journey to success is often long and difficult. In silence, you learn to endure setbacks without needing to justify them to others. You keep moving forward quietly, trusting that your consistency will eventually bear fruit. This patience makes your eventual success even more impactful because people remember not just the victory but the perseverance behind it. By staying silent, you create an element of surprise, allowing your growth to appear when others least expect it. The power of showing results without prior announcements commands a respect that explanations never could. Silence during the struggle followed by action in the outcome is a combination that inspires and amazes. It proves that you value progress more than attention. Silence and action also protect your peace of mind. Arguments, debates, and justifications drain your energy, leaving you restless and distracted. When you decide that your work will be your answer, you no longer feel the need to involve yourself in unnecessary conflicts. This choice frees your mind to focus on your goals without carrying the burden of other people's opinions. It gives you inner peace, knowing that you do not need to prove yourself constantly. Instead of being consumed by how others view you, you invest in how you view yourself. This shift builds confidence because you are no longer tied to validation from outside sources. Your self-worth grows as you see your actions shaping your reality in ways that words never could. That inner calm is one of the greatest rewards of letting your actions speak. In relationships and interactions, letting your actions speak louder than your words strengthens trust. Promises, no matter how beautifully expressed, hold no value if they are not backed by actions. People learn to trust not what you say, but what you consistently do. When you act with honesty, integrity, and effort, your behavior speaks louder than any assurances. It creates bonds that are stronger because they are based on proof rather than empty speech. Silence also prevents misunderstandings because instead of arguing about intentions, you demonstrate them through consistent action. Over time, those around you will value your reliability more than your ability to explain. Trust built on action is lasting, while trust built on words alone is fragile. This principle applies in friendships, families, and even workplaces where respect grows from what you demonstrate, not what you declare. When faced with criticism, the natural reaction is often to defend yourself immediately, but defense through words rarely changes minds because people who want to misunderstand will continue to do so. Silence supported by consistent results, however, forces even the harshest critics to reconsider. They may never admit it openly, but your progress becomes undeniable proof that their words were empty. Over time, your actions transform their doubt into respect, even if they never express it. This silent victory is more satisfying than any argument could provide. It teaches you that the best revenge against negativity is not through confrontation, but through undeniable success. You do not need to fight every battle with words when your results can win the war. Your silence becomes your shield, and your achievements become your sword. Silence also allows you to develop humility alongside success. People who constantly talk about what they will do often lose the beauty of humility because they seek validation before results appear. By choosing silence, you avoid unnecessary pride and focus purely on the work itself. This mindset ensures that your actions carry authenticity rather than being overshadowed by empty talk. Humility makes your success even more inspiring because it shows that your focus is on growth, not on proving superiority. When you achieve silently, others notice without you needing to announce it. This quiet strength leaves a lasting impression, showing that true greatness does not need constant explanation. Humility combined with action creates a legacy that is remembered long after words are forgotten. Focusing on action over words also creates discipline in your journey. Talking about goals is easy, but working toward them requires effort, consistency, and sacrifice. When you shift from speaking to doing, you train yourself to value progress over attention. Every day of silent effort adds up, building habits that shape lasting success. Discipline grows when you measure yourself not by what you say, but by what you accomplish. This quiet routine may not gain immediate recognition, but it builds the foundation for long-term results. By keeping your head down and your efforts consistent, you eventually reach heights that words alone could never carry you to. Discipline is the bridge between silence and success, proving that action is the true measure of commitment. At the heart of it all Letting your actions speak louder than your words is about living with authenticity and strength. It is about choosing to rise above negativity without wasting energy on arguments that lead nowhere. It is about building a life where your results, your growth, and your consistency become the voice that speaks for you. Actions carry a truth that words cannot match, and success rooted in effort becomes the undeniable response to doubt. When you embrace this mindset, you no longer feel the need to prove yourself constantly, because your life itself becomes the proof. In silence you build, and through results you answer. This is the power of action over words, a power that transforms criticism into admiration and doubt into respect. Inner peace is the foundation upon which outer success is built, yet it is often neglected in the rush of chasing achievements. Without peace of mind, even the greatest accomplishments feel hollow, and no amount of wealth or recognition can bring true satisfaction. When your inner world is filled with chaos, worry, and constant noise, you cannot think clearly or make wise choices. Silence becomes the doorway to that inner calm, creating space for reflection and self-awareness. By disconnecting from unnecessary distractions and choosing moments of stillness, you begin to understand yourself better. This understanding helps you to respond to life with clarity instead of reacting in haste. A peaceful mind is like still water, reflecting truth with accuracy, while a restless mind distorts reality. True success comes when your inner calm guides your outer actions. Many people make the mistake of believing that success alone will bring them peace, but in reality, peace is what enables success. A calm mind sees opportunities clearly, handles failures with patience, and stays steady through challenges. Without inner stability, external achievements only create more pressure and fear of losing what has been gained. Silence teaches you to detach from this cycle by reminding you that contentment is not found in possessions, but in perspective. When you cultivate peace inside yourself, you approach goals with balance rather than desperation. This balanced approach ensures that your pursuit of success does not consume your well-being. Peace allows you to enjoy the process as much as the outcome, making every step fulfilling. In this way, silence nurtures inner strength that reflects in every external victory. Silence also helps you build emotional control, which is essential for lasting success. Emotions such as anger, fear, or envy can cloud judgment and lead to regrettable decisions. When you practice silence, you create a space between your emotions and your reactions, giving yourself time to think before acting. This pause prevents you from being controlled by impulses and allows you to respond wisely. Emotional control strengthens relationships, improves decision-making, and builds resilience in difficult times. A person who can remain calm in the middle of storms is far more powerful than one who reacts to every wave. Success is not just about reaching goals, but about sustaining them, and that requires emotional stability. Silence trains you to master your inner state so that external challenges do not disturb your focus. Another gift of silence is that it fosters creativity and problem solving. When your mind is overwhelmed with constant noise, there is little room for new ideas or insights. Silence clears the mental clutter and allows fresh thoughts to emerge naturally. Many of the greatest innovations and solutions are born in moments of quiet reflection rather than in environments filled with chaos. By setting aside time for silence, you give yourself permission to think deeply and creatively. Problems that seemed complicated suddenly reveal simple solutions when approached with a calm mind. Creativity thrives in silence because it is not pressured or forced. It flows naturally from a peaceful state of being. This ability to find clarity and innovation makes silence a powerful tool for success in every area of life. Peace within yourself also builds stronger relationships with others. When you are calm and centered, you communicate more thoughtfully and listen more attentively. Silence teaches you the value of patience, allowing you to pause before responding and consider the impact of your words. This patience prevents unnecessary arguments and strengthens bonds through mutual respect. People are naturally drawn to those who radiate peace because being around them feels refreshing and safe. Relationships rooted in calmness are more resilient as they are not constantly shaken by anger or pride. By carrying peace within, You bring harmony into your interactions and create environments where trust can flourish. This harmony becomes an important part of outer success, because no achievement is truly fulfilling if it costs you meaningful connections. Focusing on your inner peace also protects you from the destructive effects of stress. Stress not only weakens the body but also clouds the mind, making it harder to perform effectively. Silence provides a natural remedy by slowing down your thoughts and helping you release tension. Even a few minutes of quiet reflection each day can reset your mind and restore balance. This practice strengthens resilience, allowing you to face challenges with calm determination instead of panic. Over time, you develop the ability to carry this calmness with you even in high-pressure situations. A peaceful mind is not free from problems, but it handles them without being consumed by them. By reducing stress through silence and focus, you enhance both your well-being and your productivity. Silence also nurtures self-awareness, which is vital for long-term growth. In stillness, you learn to recognize your strengths and weaknesses honestly, without the distortion of external noise. This awareness allows you to make better choices, set realistic goals, and avoid repeating past mistakes. Without silence, it is easy to lose touch with your true self and get carried away by the expectations of others. By reflecting quietly, you realign your actions with your values and stay true to your purpose. Self-awareness is the compass that guides you toward meaningful success, ensuring that you do not sacrifice your integrity for temporary gains. Silence keeps this compass sharp by giving you space to evaluate and realign regularly. In doing so, you create a life that is both successful and authentic. In addition, silence strengthens your ability to endure setbacks and failures. When challenges arise, many people panic, complain, or give up because they lack inner calm. Silence teaches you to accept difficulties without allowing them to break your spirit. In the quiet, you find the strength to reflect on failures, learn from them, and try again with greater wisdom. This resilience is what separates temporary success from lasting achievement. Every setback becomes a lesson rather than a defeat, and every delay becomes a chance to prepare better. Silence gives you the patience to endure the process without losing hope or confidence. By remaining calm in failure, you build the strength needed for greater victories in the future. Inner peace makes you unshakable, turning obstacles into stepping stones toward growth. The balance between inner peace and outer success is what creates true fulfillment. If you achieve greatness but lose your peace, the success will feel empty and exhausting. On the other hand, if you cultivate peace without direction, you may live calmly but without growth. Silence helps you bring these two forces together, guiding you to pursue goals while remaining centered. It teaches you that success is not about rushing ahead, but about moving forward with balance and wisdom. This balance ensures that your achievements are not only visible to the world, but also meaningful to your heart. When you succeed with peace inside you, your victories are lasting and your happiness is real. Silence becomes the bridge that connects inner calm with outer triumph. In the end, silence is not just the absence of words, but the presence of strength, clarity, and wisdom. It nurtures peace within you, which reflects in the way you live, work, and connect with others. A peaceful heart leads to wise choices, and wise choices lead to sustainable success. By focusing inward and removing unnecessary noise, you create space for reflection, healing, and resilience. This inner peace then becomes the foundation of your outer success, giving you both achievement and contentment. The harmony between a calm inner life and a successful outer life is the true definition of fulfillment. When you learn to protect your peace and focus on your path, no distraction or negativity can shake you. Success gained with silence and peace is success that lasts forever.